Hey guys, let's get more news from Dallas Cowboys, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Cowboys LB Micah Parsons super happy for Commanders coach Dan Quinn. The Washington Commanders got themselves a new head coach with the hiring of Dan Quinn becoming official on Saturday. According to Dallas Cowboys linebacker Micah Parsons, they also got themselves a person Commanders players should feel fortunate to work for this coming season. Even if he is coming from a team most Washington fans hate to see have anything good. Super happy for him, not because he went to the rival, just because Q's like a big uncle to me, Parsons said about Quinn while at the NFL's Pro Bowl games. I know how much this means for him and I know it's a step he wanted to take. He stayed with me as long as he could, but I know any team out there is lucky to have him. The Cowboys drafted Parsons out of Penn State University the same year Quinn arrived at the franchise to become their defensive coordinator. Originally projected to be one of the better off-ball linebackers in the 2021 NFL draft class, Parsons spent the last 3 seasons becoming Quinn's multi-tool defender who lined up anywhere the formation and situation called for him to be most effective. As a result, Parsons has gone to 3 straight Pro Bowls while earning 2 first-team All-Pro selections, and Quinn has earned a second shot at being an NFL head coach. According to Parsons, it's who Quinn is as a man that makes him worthy and makes him someone Commanders players should want to play for. They're getting a real upstanding guy, Parsons continued. I hope those players buy in and play extremely hard for him. And understand ain't nobody going to love them and care more about them than Dan Quinn. Please appreciate his presence, appreciate his greatness, and take care of my guy. There hasn't been a ton of fan buy-in early on, and perhaps that can change with Quinn set to meet with local media for the first time on Monday afternoon. If not, then winning on the field will do the trick. Of course, we know that will require the buy-in Parsons is calling for from Washington's roster. Cowboys' Jerry Jones doesn't think Mike McCarthy being in final year of contract will hamper DC search. Never low on confidence, Cowboys owner Jerry Jones is unsurprisingly unconcerned with any complications regarding Dallas' search for a defensive coordinator. The team needs a new one following Dan Quinn's departure to helm the Commanders, but its possible potential hires might balk at a perceived lack of security considering head coach Mike McCarthy has only 1 year left on his contract. I don't anticipate that being an issue at all, Jones said at a Sunday news conference, per the team website. If they take the job, they will be coordinator of the Cowboys. They would be looking at that right there and all that goes with that. If they're aspiring, they know there's a chance to be a head coach someplace, because the one that just left is. The fear for incoming candidates, especially since Jones has already issued an all-in mandate for 2024, would be that Dallas will waver on bringing McCarthy back after next season if the team falls short of a championship. Such a decision would mean a new head coach, who would presumably want a new staff made up primarily of his choosing. But Jones has a point about the pedigree of a Dallas DC job, plus the defense is rife with talent ready-made for a Super Bowl push. Quinn himself used the job as a springboard after he was fired as head coach of the Atlanta Falcons following the 2020 season. He joined McCarthy's staff in 2021, then twice guided the defense to a 5th-ranked finish in scoring. His talents were obvious, and they landed him a second head coaching job, this time within the NFC East. I felt ultimately 2 years ago that Dan wanted a head coaching job, so it doesn't surprise me that he's landed a head coaching job, Jones said. I couldn't look at a crystal ball and see what direction that might go back then, but it doesn't surprise me the fact that he's got head coaching credentials, and been to a Super Bowl. The proven DC-to-HC pipeline is certainly a selling point, as is Dallas' sustained success in recent years. Although the Cowboys have hit the same torturous wall under McCarthy that's been present since the late 1990s, failing to advance beyond the NFC divisional round for 28 years, the team has 36 regular season wins since 2021. Dallas' offense is loaded with all the tools to take pressure off its defense. Dak Prescott and company have finished first in the league in points 2 times during the past 3 years. And the Cowboys boast 2 of the league's 5 finalists for NFL Defensive Player of the Year, Micah Parsons and Darren Bland. Parsons is borderline unblockable, with 40.5 sacks and 7 forced fumbles in 3 career seasons, while Bland set the NFL's single-season pick-six record by returning a remarkable 5 of his 9 interceptions for TDs during his sophomore campaign. The unit is also grounded by veteran figures like DeMarcus Lawrence, and it is set to benefit from star corner Trayvon Diggs returning next season from his ACL tear. Cowboys could make run at $90 million. Coach, this would be a shocker. The Dallas Cowboys are in the market for a new defensive coordinator, and owner Jerry Jones wants to make a home run hire, per Sports Illustrated's Mike Fisher. This is how one anonymous owner described the Cowboys' next move to replace Dan Quinn. "Watch him," the owner noted, per Fisher. "Jerry wants a home run hire. He's swinging for the fences here." It is hard to imagine more of a home run than landing former Seattle Seahawks head coach Pete Carroll. The veteran coach is one of the select few to win a title in both college football and the NFL. Carroll's abrupt exit from Seattle did not appear to be mutual, and the coach has hinted about desiring to return to the sideline. For now, Carroll has an advisory role in Seattle, but the Seahawks have provided few details on what this actually entails. Carroll was among the top 5 head coaches in any sport in 2023, per Sportico. The longtime coach was averaging a $15 million salary following a 2020 contract extension that was slated to stretch into 2025. This would put Carroll's total contract value somewhere in the $90 million neighborhood. Yes, a lot less than a coordinator job would pay Carroll. Fisher labels Carroll as a name to watch if Jones truly wants to hit a home run with his next defensive coordinator. Carroll was just booted from his long-held perch in charge of the Seattle Seahawks, and says he wants to keep coaching, Fisher wrote in a February 3, 2024 article titled, "Cowboys Exclusive, Jerry Plans Home Run Hire at Coach, Swing for Fences, Anonymous NFL Owner." He has accomplished everything there is in football. Even at 72, there is no sign of any lack of energy. Want to keep doing Quinn-like things? Hiring Carroll would be reminiscent of the 90s Cowboys, who replaced Norv Turner with his mentor, Ernie Zampese. This would be a shocker, in a good way. The obvious question is why Carroll would want to go from his decades of being a head coach back to becoming a coordinator. Carroll would seemingly have more to lose than gain in the demotion. Even if the Cowboys remained an elite unit, it is hard to imagine Carroll's stock being any higher. Conversely, if the unit did not perform well, then it would prove to hurt Carroll's chances of landing another head coaching gig. The only way this makes sense is if Carroll is eager to coach next season, even if it is not as the one in charge. Given Mike McCarthy is heading into the final year of his deal, could this role lead to an eventual head coaching promotion in 2025? Carroll admitted he is open to coaching again, while adding that it will be challenging to find a landing spot that makes sense. "I don't know. I've got plenty of energy for it and thought and willingness, but I can't imagine that there's a place, the right one," Carroll told Seattle Sports' Brock and Salk during a January 11 interview. "I don't know. I'm open to everything, but I'm not holding my breath on that." And you fan, what do you think of the Pete Carroll situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.